Hey guys, Sean here with the Family Outdoors. I'm out again. It's been a while since I've been able to get out into the bush with everything that's going on in their life, but I'm back out again now. I'm looking to start a new little camp. Not sure how far I'll get on it today, but I just wanted to come out and enjoy myself a bit in the woods and try to find a little bit of natural therapy here, so stick around. This is a spot that I have chose to set up this new camp. You can see this tree here. I'm going to put a ridge pole across there and this one over here. You can see Izzy running around in the background there. I think I'm going to put a ridge pole across there, simple lean-to down across the back here. There's lots and lots of ground litter in this spot. You can see I can utilize a lot of that, clean it up, use that for shelter material. So I think that's going to be what my plan is. I'm going to utilize that stuff and kind of just have this as a getaway base camp kind of spot that I can just come and play around with whenever I choose. It's really close to home, so it'll be nice in regards to that. There's a few things I got to rectify right away. There's the one dead standing tree right here. You can see this aspen. This guy's got to go. If you look up at the tip, you can see he's dead. Widowmakers are not a good way to start your camp off, so we're going to rectify that and get rid of him right away. You can see this cold steel trail boss. Make short work of fallen trees. Excellent axe, cheap, good bang for the buck right here. I gotta try to get him unsnagged from the treetops there. Well, he's down. Now to limb him and buck him to length. Now that we got that limbed up, I'm going to bucket a little shorter to take over there. So I don't have much with me in the way of cordage, but I do have a few bits and pieces that were on an old tarp that I gathered up for this project. So I'm going to make that work. I think it's all I got, so it's going to have to work. Let's get this ridge pole strung up. To do this, I'm going to start off with a Canadian jam knot and attempt to finish with a clove hitch as long as I've got enough cord to do so. Because I'm by myself, I have to do this one at a time. I know that when all is said and done, I want this pole to be about the height of my chin. So that's going to be my benchmark. I'll go a little bit higher because it will sag a bit. But that's the height I'm going for. I won't have enough to finish this off with the clove hitch, so I'm going to have to just improvise and make it work. Hopefully that'll be high enough now for that side. So that didn't turn out ideal, but it worked regardless. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the ridge pole. Get my Canadian jam knot ready here, and then we'll get this side tied up. untie in a sec. What? You all tied up? Come this way. Good girl. There, see? So, that's the ridge pole tied up. We'll give it the old hang test, just to see if it'll hold my weight. Never stick your head or your face under this when you're doing it. Grab it from the side. Definitely hold my weight. I'm not happy with it though. I definitely will need to bring some more cordage next time I come out. That'll be a problem for next time I come out. So with that done, I'd like to get working a little bit on the back pony wall, drive some stakes down, put a little wall up so that I can make, have a little bit more head area where my bed is. So I'm going to get going on that now. To use that, I'm just going to build up debris and stuff from everything laying around. I'm going to grab it, pack it, ram it in there. So I cut these stakes. I'm going to just sharpen them up and use them to pound behind the structure and then stack logs in between. Now before I do that, I don't want to really be cutting straight on the ground. It is quite mossy here, but at the same time I really still would rather not find out that underneath the moss somewhere is a rock. So I'm going to gather up a working log, sharpen these ends up, and start pounding them in. Time to play. So I gathered up a few chunks, watch your feet, a few chunks of wood here to use as a working log. Izzy wants to display how great she is at standing in front of the camera. But so now that I got these working logs, I'm going to go ahead and just stake the one end of these pieces of wood that I cut so I can drive them into the ground and use them for the wall. Mosquitoes are getting pretty bad, so I might have to get a fire going quicker than anticipated. Really like this Trail Boss. It's a very good axe. The boards I'm working on got quite a bit of bounce to them, so it's not really demonstrating how good it is. But so that's the idea. Make my stake like that. We'll go back here to where I desire the wall of the shelter to be, and a rough distance back. So probably about here. And just pound them in. So that'll work. Now I'll go ahead and make the rest of them, put them all in, and start laying the boards down. So you can see I've started to lay the logs in now. The stakes are drove in to hold them. I've got one in. I'm going to cut this one up, throw it in, and just continue grabbing this dead stuff and packing it in there until I reach my desired height. Really, really love this trail, boss. That's 2 in there. I still got to grab a bunch more. Probably another, probably at least 3 more if they're that size. If they're smaller, I'll have to grab 1 or 2 more. Izzy just wants to play, so we might have to take an intermission out and do some playing here because she gets rambunctious. Ah, now she's getting tied up. See? That'll teach her. So the mosquitoes are getting the best of me. I'm going to get a little fire going here where I can hopefully create a little bit of a smudge, get some smoke going, and chase the mosquitoes out so they're not giving me such a hard time. I'm lucky that in this particular location there is an awful lot of birch. This particular piece that I have here feels a little bit damp, but all the oils in birch, generally, it'll take a spark really good regardless if it's a little bit damp. You guys can see how easy it is with the birch bark. It really is one of nature's best kindling for tinders for sure. It just makes the fire lighting process so easy. As always, when you light your fires, accelerate your kindling stage, and now to me I go right up to fuel. I got small fuel right in my kindling stage, so then I just go right up to my bigger fuel and just get the fire lit. There's no need to be playing around with it. Now you can see I got some punkier wood going here. The idea behind that is I'm hoping that'll just produce enough smoke on its own to chase the mosquitoes all out. I'm not looking for a big fire. I just want to have enough to get the smoke carrying throughout the bush and chase these guys out of here. Generally speaking, it works really well. Well, that seems to be doing the trick so far. So that's the effect I'm going for, is just big bellows of thicker white smoke just chasing through the forest. That'll help drive the mosquitoes out for a larger area, and it'll just make it far more pleasant to work in here. You can see that's my back wall. It's done now. I'm going to start grabbing some poles and setting them on between the ridge pole and that back wall now. So you can see the effect that I'm going for here. I'll set another pole. I'll set another pole roughly in the middle. Take that down. I'll go grab a couple more poles to lash across. And then I'll lay the old tarp on that I brought. And the shelter portion will be pretty well good enough for this trip. I'm not going for anything rock starish. I just wanted to come out and enjoy myself. I'm not sure at that point if I'll start on the sidewalls or make a fire reflector or a chair to sit on. I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it and having fun. Really enjoying myself this trip. It's been way too long. Beautiful weather. It's not cold, but it's not hot, so really is ideal. Anyway, let's grab another pole, get it through on there. I think I might throw one more, just for extra support. Fire is working very well, keeping the mosquitoes chased away now. I've run out of cordage now, so I'm just going to put the tarp on this shelter as is, and when I come back next time I'll bring cordage and I'll finish going across. I'm aware I could do stuff like dig out spruce roots and whatever, use natural cordage, but in all honesty, I'm just not up to the challenge right now. If it was more of a survival based camp and I had my head into it, I definitely would do stuff like that, but I'm just out being lazy, enjoying myself today, so I'm gonna just set this up as is and then get working on another activity. So that's the shelter. Just threw the tarp on there. It's plenty big and adequate for anything that I'm gonna need. I'll continue to work on it throughout the time that I come out and stuff. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna tinker around with now. Probably throw a fire reflector up, make a tripod, make a cup of tea, maybe find a spot to make a little chair or something, or maybe make a full-out bushcraft chair. I'm not sure yet. I'm just winging it. But anyway, that's what it looks like with the tarp on. The tarp goes a long ways down the back. When I put it on permanently, after I put the cross members in, I'll pull it up quite a bit higher so it goes more to where these overhanging sticks are up across the top there. And but yeah, this is where we're at today. I know it's lazy, I know it's not a very good video, but hey, sometimes you just got to get out and enjoy yourself instead of work, right? Probably grab a few more. That should do the trick. So one of the big misconceptions about fire reflectors is that people think they actually reflect some form of heat back, which is it not the intended purpose of the fire reflector. The idea is it's supposed to be a wind block, and it helps you manipulate the direction that the smoke is going, so it doesn't per se go right into your shelter. You can put your fire reflector at such an angle that it'll help the smoke and the heat carry out at an angle as opposed to going straight in. That's the purpose of what's referred to as the fire reflector. It is not there to reflect heat back into the shelter. You can try, run your own studies, let me know what you find out, but I'm telling you, it don't reflect no heat. Which all brings me to the safety aspect of the fire reflector. Everybody feels they almost have to build their fire right on top of this thing when it is not necessary, because it is a wind block. So you don't need to build your fire right on top the fire reflector. It'll still block the wind even if it's a few feet behind where your fire is. Anyways, just thought I'd share that with you guys. Fire reflector's done, so with our camp, this is kind of what we're looking like now. You got your shelter there, and down below here, you got our fire reflector. All in all, quite happy with the way the progress is going. Especially for just having a lazy day out in the bush, enjoying myself, and not putting any serious amount of effort into anything. I am very pleased with how it's all turning out. I'm going to just take a break here for a little bit, then I'm going to probably resign to the fact that I'm going to have to dig up some natural cordage here one way or another so I can make a tripod. So I'll probably just sit here, relax, dig out some cordage, and go find some poles to use for a little tripod, and get that system going. So for this one, instead of making a tripod, I think I'm going to try to do something that I had made a long time ago and then kind of got away from it and never really kind of made it again. Not because it was a bad setup, just because I don't even know why. I guess it requires a little more time just sitting and whittling and kind of buggering around with that. But right now, that's all right, because that's exactly what I want to do. I just kind of want to sit and relax. And so I'm going to just sit here and make this notch stick and try this technique out again. Always. My puppy Izzy, she's not a big fan of, I've got her tied up because I still don't fully trust her here yet, and I don't want her to take off and get herself in some trouble. So she's currently tied up and is definitely not a fan of that by any stretch of the imagination, but it's better that than her straying away and getting lost or somebody shooting her. This is quite a big knife to try this technique, but It's the knife I got. So basically, you can see here the notch I'm going for to hook my bale stick on there, or hook onto the loop in my pot. I do have a saw here too, which, you know, you can speed up how long it takes to make these notches with a saw. It's just, it goes a lot faster. But basically the whole idea is that I put this part onto my bottle, and then I'm going to make notches along here that I can just set on this other stick to change the different cooking heights. It's alright. Oh, which way am I going? You can see that there. It's alright, is. What? What? Well, I think I'm gonna have to go rescue her. So yeah, get back with you in a minute. So this is the idea, again, behind this type of a bale system. The bottom notch, you can see there, that's meant to hang your bottle on, like so. These other notches that you see like that, those are meant to hang on here. So combined, I might have to go deeper with that. With this one notch, I'm going to have to make it a little bit deeper. It happens to be the one that I need for this. I'm not quite confident it's as deep as it should be. And if I clean it out a little bit, I think it'll sit in there a lot better. Last thing I want to do is lose my water and put out my fire. Yeah, that sits in there nice now. Hook your pot on. Hang that up on your stick. And you're done. So you can see this bale system here. Get a look at that notch. The way that works there. And then various notches that go up the stick. It's a different system. Very simple though. Keeps your camp clean. So it's definitely one to know. It's always nice to try different ways when you go out. Here's Izzy. She's found a squirrel pile over there. Now she's really trying to get farther into it. I'm going to go move her along so she can have some fun too. This little woodpecker's making a lot of miles around here. Here's Izzy. She loves finding the feeding areas of the red squirrels. She'll be digging away in there forever, hoping she's going to unbury something. She just loves to dig around in there. Hold the litter and camp. Here the water's boiling away. It's done. Pull that off there and get myself a little bit of dinner going on here. One of my favorite bush snacks. Simple, easy to make, light, easy to carry, doesn't cost anything. Very happy with this little camp so far. I mean, the couple hours I've been out here, it's come a long way. So it's not. I wasn't sure I was even going to make a camp. I just kind of wanted to come out and enjoy the bush, and then I thought, well, it very well could rain, so I thought maybe I should set something up to put over me. And then I found this spot, and I seen so much debris and over like trees that had fell down and stuff. I decided it'll be easy to just start on something. With all the stuff on the ground, there's no cutting, there's no playing around with any of that kind of stuff. It'll just be quick and dirty, and that's basically all I went for. I don't expect this to be a long-term camp because I just don't feel the materials used will have the durability required to to last for any length of time. I mean, it's all blow down stuff. It's all half rotten already. I really got to invest in making a chair here, but for right now, I'm just going to eat some lunch and relax a little bit. So I found a few of these large rocks, decided to pack them over and just add them as part of the fire pit here. Eventually I'll gather enough to go all the way around. Just helps contain it a lot. Well guys, thanks for joining me. I think this is going to conclude the end of my day trip. I'm going to put the fire out, pack up, and head back home. It was a great time out here. I really enjoyed the little bit of stuff that I got to do when I was out here, but it's been so long that I got out that I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I mean, it's that's what it's about, is getting out. It's not... Practice your skills, get out in the outdoors, enjoy yourselves, and do what you want to do when you're out there. That's all it's about, is enjoying what you're doing and practicing your skills. I'll do another video, a series of videos probably on this shelter build, and I'll drag you guys along and we can keep doing updates on where we're at. But anyways, that's it for day one. Was only out here for 3 hours, but got a lot accomplished. Got the fire reflector, found those large stones, which is a good start to the fire pit. Got the back wall done on the lean-to part of the shelter and a good portion of the frame. Still got to do the cross pieces for the frame and secure the tarp properly, but very happy for the 3 hours I've been out here. Had a nice lunch, got to light a fire, so I mean, yeah, it's been a great trip. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you next time.